Ouais, attendez, parce que je vais... Attendez, parce qu'il y a mon aide-soignant qui est pas... Est-ce que vous pouvez m'aider? Ouais, voilà. Parce que c'est de...
Je vais essayer.
Ouais. Non, ah non.
Visiblement, ça ne marche pas.
Attendez.
Eh ouais. Père Patrick, vous n'avez pas perdu la main.
Est-ce que vous pouvez couper le... Ah!
On va regarder un sujet sur la...
I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm gonna get real weird with it.
Hey there!
Don't judge me, this is art!
It looks like he may commit suicide. Suicide is badass.
Put a kick in it, make her gay!
What the fuck is that? Bigfoot. Oh man, look at him.
Come on, you motherfucker! Oh, shit! God damn it! Same shit, different day!
One last thing. If you have any drugs or any alcohol, give me some.
1%. Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hello. My mic was muted.
Yeah.
I feel dumb.
Hello, all of our non-existent viewers. We've been away, and that's due to technical issues and pure disappointment of the way that YouTube likes to handle us and within its algorithm.
Yeah.
I
Me
mean,
too.
I busted my ass on this, and it's like it's just dwindling. You know, I read these things as like, you gotta do better content. Okay, I'll put days worth of edits and stuff in it. Less views than ever.
Yeah.
But anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to kick it back up a little bit again after more or less a week's absence. Now, I did do some short live streams, and I did put up one video in a different format where we're just sitting around candlelight discussing things. Apparently people didn't take too well to that. Some did, but somebody watched that and immediately unsubscribed. Like, ew, candlelight. Ew, what are they, primitives? Like one of the walking and talking live streams I did. Somebody's like, bro, do you realize you're live right now? Like, really?
Yeah.
What, did they think I was breaking the law?
But I chalk that up to a lot of people. They don't realize that people actually give.
Picture that Phoenix has up.
Is it squirrels fucking or something?
What is that?
Mushrooms on it. Took that like a year or two ago.
What is it?
A picture with a mushroom. It's a stump with mushrooms growing on it.
It looks
Oh,
like squirrels doing bad things.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, nobody can figure out what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what people expect, because myself, I watch all these people reading a web page and talking about it, and I appreciate it. A lot of it's great work, but I get tired of the same old format. So so I like try to mix it up, right? And people's like, ew, like you're doing something wrong. Like what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, we're just not used to.
Okay, I have 3 other people in here with me right now. What are the rest of your takes on that?
What I think is people want robots. They want them to be squeaky clean, well spoken. But you are well spoken, but like robotic spoken, and like super perfect. But people aren't perfect. Not everybody's well spoken, extremely clean, rich, and pretty. Like the beautiful, most perfect people. That's what I think.
Well,
they want loud and hyper and young people. That's a big one. They want to see young. I guess they want to see themselves in them. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
well, a lot of people, they have such short attention spans that they really don't have the attention span to sit around and watch somebody have a lengthy conversation that's not all hyper talking 1,000 words a minute,
Well,
like a
I know
mumble rapper.
I get tired. I watch these YouTubers that do anti woke stuff, and I'm into that. I like that. I like watching it, except I don't like to see them harping on the same old crap forever. I do like the occasional updates, but they don't really warrant entire long-winded videos. Now, I tried to not do that, right? But I don't know. I kind of think people have been conditioned to want that kind of thing. It almost seems that way to me.
Yeah, it's like the news is 24-hour news channel, right? They rehash the same stories over and over and over and over again. Well, YouTube's no different. The big streamers that talk about these things, they don't have anything new to talk about a lot of the time, so they're stuck with having to do the same stuff over and over again.
I think a part of it is if YouTube sees them doing other content, YouTube won't push out their videos because YouTube's got a weird AI system, and if YouTube sees you doing anything different, it freaks out on you. So they have to do the same thing over and over again, and there's not always news, so they repeat themselves over and over and over again.
Well,
And
there is some truth to that, but you're a little echoey.
Yeah.
Oh. Oof.
Minutes before this stream started, power was going in and out, and the power was fucking us. But I was concerned I might have to either not do this or just set it up from a phone and do it that way, which in the end we have virtually no viewers, but still I was concerned I might have had to go with that format because of the power outage.
Yeah.
It seems like every time I go to do something, there's a big fuck you in my face.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just unreal the amount of difficulties we've had trying to do this, because it just seems like every time we go to start to live stream, something happens. It's just weird.
Okay, I'm gonna start looking at some web pages here, reading off some pages.
Okay.
Although that may bore the shit out of people. They'd probably be more bored just by watching us. For that matter, it looks like our single viewer came and went.
We had a viewer?
Yeah, we had one. We let him get away.
Oh, well.
Oh, no.
I guess that's the way it goes.
Let's see what I got here. Okay. Trump names Elon Musk to lead government efficiency drive. Musk and former Republican presidential candidate Vivek, this name, Ramaswamy, it's something like that.
So.
It's something like that. Will co-lead a newly created Department of Government Efficiency, an entity Trump indicated will operate outside the confines of government. But we'll get more into that in a moment. Trump said in a statement that Musk and Ramaswamy, whatever, will pave the way for his administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. And I hope they achieve this, but it's all, it's all the devil's in the details of how they're going to go about it. It could mean big trouble. It could mean great things. Trump said the new department will realize long-held Republican dreams and provide advice and guidance from outside of the government, signaling the Musk and Ramaswamy roles would be informal, without requiring Senate approval and allowing Musk to remain head of an electrical car company, Tesla, social media platform X, and rocket company SpaceX. Now, I think if it been up to Musk, he would have named this Doge X instead of just Doge, DOGE. Now, if you don't get that, that was an existing internet meme for years, and then it went on to become a Bitcoin brand. One that Musk is into, DOGE, like Doge or Doge.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Doge.
The work would conclude by July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Maximum transparency promised all actions of the Department of Government Efficiency will be posted online for maximum transparency, Musk said on X. The acronym for the new department, Doge, also references the name of cryptocurrency Dogecoin that Musk promotes. Okay, thoughts on all that?
Okay, I think this is a good idea because it just seems to me this time around, Trump has somebody better giving him advice on how to handle things. Because the first go around, he didn't even expect to win. I don't think he thought. I think he thought Hillary was going to win, and it was just as much as a surprise to him as it was to everybody else.
He wasn't. Of course, he'd never been president before, obviously, but he wasn't even so much as a politician. He went in there entirely blind, and I think he was taken. I think, every big money interest person got their hooks in them. That's my opinion. Now, if he had been in the know, if that had been different, I can't say, but I do think that's what happened.
If Elon Musk is a genius, and I think if he is helping out, I think it could mean good things as long as things don't get corrupted.
Look, I don't think Musk is a genius. He might be a business genius, but here's the thing. All of his big ideas that he did live up to and become a billionaire off of, I was having those ideas in the 90s. I was looking into these technologies, and I didn't consider myself a genius for it. I just, kept thinking, first of all, if I had the money, and secondly, if I could actually get anybody to go along with this because they're going to think I'm out of my mind. But I had all those ideas like in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the average person doesn't think about this. Maybe he's above average because a lot of people don't really do a lot of thinking. They just work and keep their head down.
Yep.
Well, they have
and they sit on their ass and they're like, entertain me.
Yeah. But I also think that Joe Rogan's got Trump's ear also, because some of the things that Trump has said recently, I think Elon Musk and Joe Rogan both have Trump's attention, and he's listening to them, which to me is not a bad thing, not entirely. Now, like you said, the devil's in the detail, but we'll just have to see, I suppose.
I know damn well I advertised this beforehand to literally hundreds of people, went out to hundreds of people, and not one of those motherfuckers bothered to show up.
I bet it didn't.
No, it did. I checked everything.
Oh.
But
well.
That's the way it goes. YouTube, you're competing with so many people, and that's why I would like to get into something other than all this anti-woke and political-based stuff, but I really can't figure out what. I don't think I have enough of an interest in anything to really fully switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. We do it because we want to. And who knows, somebody might glean something from all this anyway.
Now, clearly, Elon Musk has not been directly involved in politics, not directly. And even in this case, they're claiming it's not actually of the government, but that's so he can keep his CEO roles, I believe, but, or whatever his official roles are. But this Vivek person, I don't know. I haven't looked into them, but I'm betting they're well entrenched into politics and probably have a record you could follow.
Well, I think Vivek was a former Republican presidential candidate, so he is a politician. I think.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before myself.
Okay, on to the next thing here. IGN caught walking back their 9 out of 10 Dragon Age the Veilguard review. Now, I'm sick to death of hearing about this and talking about this, but it stays in the news. Here it is. Might as well cover it. Might as well go over it, right?
Yeah.
First of all, that looks like a very uncomfortable scene going on there. It's there's about to be some bad stuff happen. It's like you sure do got a pretty mouth.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things.
Really, really bad.
Oh my god.
Oh,
no. Every time.
What
of course,
in the world?
I only have so much of this highlighted. As is often the case, IGN appeared eager to help boost the game with early praise, purposely giving the game to their own reviewer who had conveniently identifies as a trans person.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. It's
good Lord.
The name Heifer?
Yep. Oh, Heifer.
Heifer.
Well, I'll be damned, it is Heifer.
Okay, now look, I have similar hair color and complexion and so on, but you can usually tell by of course, the body language, but you can often tell just simply by the look in the eye if a man has a soft looking face, like, you know, the way he holds his face, that's usually a giveaway that, in a few years they might decide to switch teams.
Yeah.
Now, I found that to be evident. I'm not saying it's universally true.
Yeah.
He's giving the weirdest look.
So it says, why do this? Access Media. Basically, they're all tied together. They're all tied in with one another. So when they put out such a crap product as this, the companies such as IGN hold it up to a false standard. And they boost one another that way.
Yeah.
A vanity project gone wrong. And no, not the people, but the game. Well, yes, the people too. The people too. But check this out. This is the reviewer. Up here's the reviewer. This is the director of the game.
Oh my god!
You see that left and that right? They're the same person.
Oh my god!
What the hell?
We're the same person.
What they look at they? Oh my goodness! They look almost identical to the reviewer.
Exactly.
Oh my lord! What the hell's going on?
Are they cloning each other now? Every time
I don't deny that there's so many trans out there, but I'm just wondering what's turning everybody that way, because I've known enough free-spirited people in my time that just simply didn't give a fuck and how they felt and how they were going to live, and they were just going to go for it, but they never once had the urge to do this. I'm wondering what's making so many people this way now.
I don't know, but I don't want no part of it. I'm telling you that much.
Chemicals? I don't know.
A vanity project gone wrong. Yes, the people, but they're speaking of the game here. I think so.
I don't know anymore.
I keep getting like 1 viewer, 0 viewers. What? Is somebody playing fucking peekaboo with this?
Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo.
Hey, person out there, peekaboo. You happy? Peekaboo.
Oh my god. It's the
Okay.
attack of the pod people.
Let me try to get through this. A vanity project gone horribly wrong, apparently. But one of the most baffling decisions behind the Veilguard is the direction of the game itself, which seems like a vanity project for the game's trans director, Corinne Bush. Okay, so we have a heifer and a bush. What is it? Maybe that's the secret. Maybe it's their names is making them do this.
Maybe.
Their names?
Maybe.
Did they go to clown school? I swear to God. They all seem like clowns to me. I'm sorry.
Woo! Anyway.
Okay. Many fans have noted that the narrative seems overly focused on highlighting ideological themes and pushing a trans narrative rather than delivering any kind of actual coherent story. IGN's article focuses heavily on the absurdity of the name change, noting that not a single character in the game's 100-hour runtime ever mentions the term Veilguard. Hey, they're playing peekaboo again.
Isn't that strange, though? They never mentioned the term Veilguard?
Not once?
Nope.
But that's the name of the game.
Yeah. I mean, that is just strange to me. Oh, and here this is. Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
look, I'm not covering the entire article, or otherwise it'd be going on forever, but IGN hints at the divide within the game itself, describing it as awkwardly in conflict with itself, torn into pieces that reflect two very different intentions. This is a game that's confused about its own identity, and rather than listening to its fans, BioWare has doubled and now tripled down on decisions that alienate its core audience. The game's storyline and settings feel shoehorned, more concerned with catering to a particular vision of inclusivity than delivering a memorable, immersive RPG experience. And I agree with that assessment. I do. Of course, I would use more colorful language about it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is they had a great opportunity to create something really fantastic for people. But instead, they chose to do this political identity politics bullshit here. You know? They just wasted an opportunity.
I mean, I played the first one, and it built a nice little universe around it, good story writing and everything, good characters. And this one just seems terrible.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Dragon's Age games before were a massive success, and this one is a flop.
This one is like, it is gender confused. The game itself is just pushing an agenda over and over again.
It preaches at you. And I don't mean like a parent, and I don't mean like a Bible or a preacher. It preaches at you about insane, nasty stuff.
I know every time I see a clip, I cringe. I cringe like nothing else, and I shiver in disgust, and no game should do that to you. No game. There's no sense in that. That's not what a game's supposed to do. It's supposed to be fun. That's not fun.
So yeah, what this page here is about is IGN keeps giving games real high scores, and in some cases even lowering them after the launch of the game, because they're trying to artificially boost that game no matter how bad it is. In fact, it seems like the more woke the game, the harder they try to boost it.
Well, sooner or later the tide's gonna turn. I hope, anyway.
People aren't wanting these games. Phoenix, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, if they keep boosting scores like that, nobody's going to take them serious as a journalistic place at all.
Nobody takes them seriously now. You can lie.
Anybody who is really into games and really into game reviews, they don't take places like that serious. But your average person who doesn't pay very close attention, they just go with the flow. they're gonna go to the biggest name, and that will be the name with the most money, and that happens to be places like IGN. Hence the problem.
You do have a point. Most people don't pay that much attention, but the people who do, if they see them lie a few times, they will stop paying attention to the games they're lying about and go somewhere else. And hopefully more and more people will start paying attention. I truly hope so.
Well, the thing is stuff like this is creeping into everything, so you really can't get away from it that much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for that matter, if you get it more out into the world outside of small town areas, you'll see. I mean, you take, for example, 60 miles from here, they were like, we have the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom, but the men's bathroom's open to everybody, basically.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's the inclusive bathroom.
Turn it to.
I seen that.
Like,
That was.
I identify as having bad aim, therefore I pissed all over your bathroom.
Oh, that was funny. But yeah, I seen that, and it's like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Phoenix, what are your thoughts?
I think what we need is new games, fresh ideas, not whatever this is.
A voice from the beyond is speaking. You should listen. Okay, on to gaming adjacent news. You know, it's somewhat related. Again, an over talked about topic. Alyssa Mercanti. How do you say this?
I like murky
I just
cunt.
say murky cunt.
How are you like supposed to say this?
I think you're supposed to say it mercante.
Now I could just see a story in my head, right? It's like, you know, how, you know, back when people like didn't have well established last names, and there was this man, and he went for every trashy whore he could find, so they gave him the last name of Murky Cunt. So when it got so bad they couldn't live there anymore, they went to Asia, where they changed it to Mercante. But the curse lived on through every female born to that family, the curse of the Murky Cunt. I mean, it's like a really cheap horror story, right? But it's what pops in my head.
Yeah. Hey, it fits.
I can see it. I can really see that. Okay, what's going on with that thing?
Oh. Well, Murky Cunt threatens entertainment journalist John Trent for reporting on her relentless attacks on Smash JT. So, as usual, she's attacking, you know, YouTubers, essentially real game journalists.
Oh.
Okay, so I can tell it somewhat so I can tell it somewhat coherently. I'm just gonna read it. Yesterday, Fandom Pulse covered former Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Murky Cunt's recent unhinged ramblings at popular video game industry expert analyst and Smash JT. Because of this, the embattled former OnlyFans sex worker turned gaming journalist is threatening pop culture journalist JF Trent. Word journalist in there a lot. Anyway, Alyssa Murky Cunt gained prominence early in 2024 due to the Sweet Baby Inc. controversy surrounding gaming. Steam user Cabrutus formed a list of games the DEI consultant firm worked on called Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, which exposed the game's the company worked on. Mercanti wrote an article for Kotaku attacking gamers, which drew attention to her clout-chasing antics on behalf of the industry and against consumers. Since then, Murky has gotten herself into multiple online fights. She's threatened YouTube sensation Vara Dark, tried to goad Melanie Mac into a physical fight, and threatened lawsuits against Smash JT and Kiwi Farms. While all this occurred, she left Kotaku, which many speculate was due to layoffs, and joined the outfit Rolling Stone to write her gaming articles. Well, you can comment on it.
Oh my god. She went into a fist fight? Well, I don't even know if it was a fist fight. As far as I know, it could have been a slap
she's
fight.
She's the one that went, fight me physically, bitch.
Okay.
Oh my god.
She's just a horrible person. I mean, just horrible.
I can't believe they let her on the Rolling Stones. The sex worker in the Rolling Stones. I mean, I would let her work.
Okay, it's
anywhere.
Rolling Stone magazine, in case you're confused there. She didn't join the Rolling Stones.
I know, but Rolling Stone magazines. But
magazine,
still,
not magazines.
Well, magazine, but still, I wouldn't let her work anywhere. I wouldn't even let her work at McDonald's.
Okay.
But
yesterday, John F. Trent reported she tweeted further threats against Smash JT in the Fandom Pulse article. Admitted child murderer Alyssa Mercante claims she's still pursuing legal action against YouTuber Smash JT. Alyssa Mercante slid into John Trent's DMs on X to issue an ominous threat when sending a screen capture of the headline and article. She said, "You know this is libel, right?" Okay, I just got to break some of that down, what I just read. They're calling her child murderer because she's admitted to having abortions, but she says she's going to have a kid one day. I'm not like no woman should ever have an abortion, but I don't agree that they just, fuck for fun and then get it scraped out of them. I think, yeah, it's wrong on that end for sure. Now, if she wants to be a mother someday, as I understand it anyway, if you have too many abortions, that won't be possible anymore.
Yeah. But she's just, I guess she's mad because she's not in the limelight anymore, and she's just doing stuff to drum up more drama around her.
I also have the comment that I don't like it. To me, it sounds like children speak when they go slid into their DMs. It's like, how old are you? Are you 12?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm critical. I talk shit about anything and everything and anybody and everybody. It's a fault of mine. That's why one reason I decided to do such videos is because it's like, hell, if I'm gonna do it anyway, I might as well stick a camera and microphone in front of my face.
Yeah. But she's just a horrible, horrible person. I mean, she's tried to ruin a bunch of people's lives and stuff, and going on camera and wanting to fight people and everything else. She's just a horrible person.
What this is pertaining to is she's furthered her attacks on Smash JT by telling family details and how much he spent making a shed to stream in, and a whole bunch of things like that.
Oh dear God.
She ought to be ashamed of herself.
I don't know if this number's just trying to fuck with me. If there's somebody actually playing peekaboo viewing this, it's like, I'm watching. No, I'm not. I'm watching. No, I'm not.
Maybe it's a glitch.
Yeah, there it goes. They're going again.
Maybe it's a glitch or something.
I don't know. Maybe.
Or maybe people's trying to watch and they can or something. I don't know. Technical difficulties.
No, I think calling somebody a child murderer it's definitely extreme wording, and I probably wouldn't go that far, but I'd definitely call you a whore for it. if you're like, I've had this many abortions and I plan on having a kid someday, and it's like, okay, everybody I've ever known weren't planned. You know, they were thrust into this world as parenthood was thrust upon their parents.
Yeah.
And looking, and yeah, they regretted it. They hated it. Everybody involved hated it. But looking back, they wouldn't change a thing.
That is true.
I think she's wanting attention. I don't think she's a child murderer, but I think she's wanting attention. She loves the drama. She's a bad person, and everyone just needs to quit giving her attention and just ignore her, ghost her.
But the thing about that is you gotta wonder, okay, what happened to her to make her like this?
College.
To make her,
Actually,
other than that.
Okay, we have Sergeant Giratina watching.
Hi,
so that's
Sarge.
good. Always
Hello.
welcome. But it was college that made her this way. People look back on her old accounts, and when she was younger, she wasn't radicalized. She was like, back then she was a gamer. Of course, she seems to despise games now. And back then she wasn't like looking or acting like a radical feminist. So it was most likely it was either college or just the times, and she decided to try to be like everybody else.
You know, college ruins people. You see it time after time after time. I don't know what they're teaching in college, and I don't want to know, but every time someone comes out of college, their mind is just on the floor and gone. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I guess you
Phoenix-
found a bad crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad crowds look a bit different these days than they used to, don't they?
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Phoenix?
I think she's obviously just wanting attention, doing anything to keep the spotlight on her.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think that she thinks the more she does that, the more money she gets. And so far it's worked for her, because now she's writing for Rolling Stone.
Yeah, she's essentially like a toddler throwing a tantrum.
Well, let's just call it for what it is. She's a bitch. Yeah, I said it. I mean, that's all you can say. She's just being horrible with people.
I have to agree with that. I'm sorry. I have to agree with that.
I mean, what else can you say?
I'm trying to hunt for the next thing we're going to discuss. Some of my stuff I had bookmarked seems to be missing, so you can continue talking for the moment.
Well, I mean, you know, this is the kind of person that gives other people, other women, a really, really, really bad name, because she's done so much against people.
Wait, you mean Bon Jovi was singing about her?
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. But what in the world does she do? Well, never mind. I know the answer to that question. I'm not going to say it online, though. She keeps getting these higher paying jobs.
Okay. The thing is she has went on Twitter, X, and straight admitted to what she does. She says she was a cam girl. She says she was a sex worker. And when asked how she got her jobs, she straight said, without mincing words, she sucked dick.
Oh, okay.
My God.
And you know what's weird? Well, not weird is not even the word. What's fucked up is that's something she is threatening to sue Smash JT for, is reporting on her own words.
What? She can't sue. She's the one that said it.
She said it.
I don't even think you can sue for defamation if they said it openly out in public like that.
Yeah, that is not libel. That is not slander.
Yeah, I mean, why in the world? She can't sue him because she's the one that said it. He just told everybody else about it. So that's a lawsuit that will go nowhere.
Well, here's the way the law really works. if she could, I don't know if she could, but if she could successfully crowdsource money for long enough, she will essentially starve him out, meaning he can no longer afford a lawyer, and she will win by default with whatever trumped up stuff she wants to put on it.
Yeah, that
And I've
is
been in the
true.
court system long enough to know this.
Yeah, yeah,
knowing how
that's true.
things goes, she'll probably win. It's rigged. I swear it seems rigged.
Okay, I'm not finding the thing I look for, but I'm gonna go on to the next thing.
Okay. Because this woman, I swear.
Let's get her off the screen.
Yeah. But it just goes to show, oh Lord.
Oh
Yes,
my
okay.
God.
This woman's like 5'2", or I don't know if I got that completely accurate, but she's like that short. She's like right around that.
Yeah.
And she's built a little bit like a man at 5'2". She's a itty bitty thing. She's like a little, like a little, well, like a boy that's just discovering puberty and getting a little muscle.
Well, what in the world is wrong with her?
I don't know, but she keeps showing her stuff off online.
What
and
stuff?
Yeah, exactly. No one wants to see that dirty muff.
Yeah, but there's nothing to see.
No
It's
one-
all flat.
No one wants that murky cunt.
No,
Ew.
there's nothing to show. It's all flat. It's all flat highway.
Dear men like this, and I think she's speaking of Trump supporters. We don't want you, and it's like, oh, thank God, thank God. I was worried.
People want curves. People don't want what is that? A stick? That's not even a stick. That's a brick.
Oh, you see the reply, don't you?
What is that? What's the reply?
It says, "Dear women, we don't want you with muscles. We want you slim, delicate, and cute."
Yeah, and there's example pictures.
Oh.
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody on this stream likes women.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
compare the images.
Bottom's
Which would you
definitely
rather
better.
have?
Bottom.
Which would you rather have?
Bottom.
Let's
for
take
sure.
a vote. Nobody's picking.
I said bottom.
So you're a bottom.
Whoa! Wait! I'm flustered now. Oh God.
Oh.
Okay. Let me get past this.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I'm gonna get tickled. You're gonna...
Hey, settle down. Come on. Okay. Speaking of murky cunts,
Oh.
Whoopi Goldberg attacked Donald Trump and his voters again on Tuesday's episode of The View. What is The View of exactly?
I don't want to know.
Comparing herself to working class Americans undergoing hard times despite a net worth in the tens of millions.
Yeah.
There is a little video clip here, and I will play it, but I have to be prepared for YouTube to go, that's copywritten. You can't play that. You're going to have to take it out. And it's like, oh, fuck. It's like every time, I watch these other people do, like, show things on our stream. No issues. No issues.
I don't understand how that
YouTube is
works.
like every damn, YouTube's on my ass on everything. ABC's daytime talk show, The View, has been a lightning rod for these election meltdowns since Trump was declared the winner in a massive 312 to 226 electoral victory. The host had in-depth discussion on the election results just about every day since Trump clinched the presidency. But yesterday, host Whoopi Goldberg, star of films like Ghost and Sister Act, compared herself to financially struggling working-class Americans while trying to dismiss their concerns.
Well, she hasn't worked in a long time like that. I mean, isn't she like a billionaire by now? She's worked on many movies. She's worked on The View.
She's a multi-millionaire, but I don't know if she ever lived like that. It probably wasn't since her childhood.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoopi's comments came during a conversation regarding a recent social media post by New York Congresswoman AOC, because I'm not saying that long ass name. The often controversial political figure asked her constituents who voted for Trump why they did so. Many of the responses centered around economic hardship and dissatisfaction with the Biden administration's response to rising costs and inflation. Whoopi Goldberg, seemed to dismiss these claims, seemingly unwilling to accept that something like the ability to put food on the table might influence someone's vote.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, it's like, oh, I'm starving to death. I think I'll go vote.
Yep.
It don't work that way.
Yeah.
Well, she's in such a damn bubble. She ain't got to worry about that kind of stuff no more.
Yeah, I'm going to play this clip.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. When you have one candidate who has been running for 12 years, who lies and changes things, I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too.
Yeah.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay? So I'm a working person, you know? And my kid has to feed her family, you know, and my great-granddaughter has to be fed by her family. I know it's hard out there, but I also know that there are a lot of things that we just said, no, I'm just gonna go this way.
Right.
And a lot of that is also what happened. I love what she did, yay, you know? We talk to people all the time who say, this is what's bothering me. But the thing that's bothering everybody should not be the thing that puts 85% of other people in danger.
Yeah.
That's what.
To be honest, these people who run these talk shows, they can't understand how a regular person is because they're sitting pretty in mansions. They haven't had to live poor in a long time, had to work a regular job in a long time. So they really shouldn't be commenting on this kind of stuff, in my honest opinion, especially actors and stuff like that.
You know, honestly, while I played that, I completely tuned the fuck out. I don't know what she said. So I'll listen to all your comments.
Well, she has no idea what it's like to work 50 and 60 and 70 hours a week for minimum wage.
She has no idea
that.
what it's like to get your hands cut up, get bruised up, walk so much your feet bleed from blisters, and so on and so on and so on. To have to plan your life around your job.
Yeah, she's rich. What in the world does she know about what goes on in everyday people's lives? Yeah, people, they don't want to hear, you know, stuff that Harris had said because she never said anything.
Yeah.
She never said not one damn thing.
Yeah, she said that
vote for me.
She says that she doesn't have all the money in the world. If she did, she wouldn't be there. But I say she has more money than the average person will have in their lifetime. So
yeah, actually, this article goes on to point that out. I don't know if I have it highlighted, but let's see. Whoopi Goldberg has an estimated net worth of $60 million. In 2016, her annual salary for hosting The View fell somewhere between $5 and $6 million. Now, yeah, that's annually, that's every year. But imagine having $5 million a year.
I wouldn't know what to do with it all.
Wow. I mean, give me
Yes,
that money.
I
I
do.
could I could use it.
If I had that kind of money, I would be helping a lot of people with it.
Yeah, you could be helping the homeless with that money.
Yeah, I mean, giving to people in need and helping the homeless and all that kind of stuff. You know, this woman has no idea what it's like to be the average working person. She just don't know. None of them do. And they're just talking out of their ass when they say that.
We have the Dixon R.
Yay!
Hey, nice to see you.
And I don't know if he's still here, but Sergeant Giratina dropped by.
Yeah.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah. So they estimate off of what it takes to live in the state that she's in, she has enough money to live for 1,800 years.
Nobody needs that much money. Nobody. Nobody
Yeah,
needs
unless-
that much money.
Unless you're influencing elections and lawmakers and such. But hey, she's on a show that influences feeble minds all across America, you know, like middle-aged older women that their minds are softening and they gravitate toward this kind of thing.
What she could do is with that money she could be helping people.
I don't mean to insult so many women, but I'm not trying to. You have to understand what I'm saying is in today's age, it's harder to make friends than ever. And most people are backstabbing. So they're looking for some kind of support somehow, even if it's through a TV show. And it's kind of like an emotional life raft they throw out for these women. These women grab onto it and then they get pulled in and they don't even realize what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're victims of it. I'm not insulting women. I'm saying that women become victims of shows like The View.
Well, I know that a lot of people in nursing homes and things like that, that's all they have to do is watch TV and stuff. And that's who this show is geared toward, like you said, is people in convalescent homes and things like that can't get out and do anything else. That's all they can do is sit there and watch TV all day. Me personally, I can't stand this show. It gets on my nerve. But that's just me.
Yeah, me too.
Have you ever seen it, Star?
You know what? I don't think I have. I think I've seen clips, and the clips I've seen, oh my God, it annoyed me. It was like noise. Just noise of a bunch of people talking at once, and it's like, shut it up.
You know what's
shut
bad
it up,
is
please.
since I don't know, I believe since the 80s, I've watched Whoopi Goldberg movies. I mean, wasn't she a stand-up comedian at one point?
Yeah, I believe so. I used to like her movies.
Yeah, exactly. I used to like her stuff, you know. And unless you'd have to research this, but unless I'm mistaken, I think she used to be friends with Trump.
I think so too, but I'm not real sure on that.
She played on that Nun movie, didn't she, where everybody was like singing?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Sister
what's
Act.
the name? Yeah, that's it.
I used to like her movies.
Yeah, me too.
Not anymore.
I don't know what happened.
On to another topic here.
Okay.
Today's show might be a little slower than usual. Just trying to get back into it.
Oh God. Oh my goodness.
I don't know about anywhere else, but here it's cool and it's raining like hell. And I feel like I'm coming down with something, but I'm carrying on. I'm trying to, get back into it at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Zachary Levi, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Launches Wildwood Productions to champion original stories over Hollywood reboots. Now, he was the actor that recently was brave to come forward and speak against, speak for some right-leaning thinking. And I say brave, which I know people say that and usually like, oh my God, that's just retarded, right? But I say that because everybody around him, everybody in the Hollywood industry, they're all liberal. And that just puts such a target on his head. Maybe literally.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that took a lot of courage for him to do.
I didn't know he did that, but I've always liked that actor. I think the first thing I ever seen him in was Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Says he with plans to eventually expand it into Wildwood Studios. So he's going to start with some small productions with hopefully that will blossom into his own studio, which he wants to get away from the Hollywood standards of rebooting stuff and probably, sticking to the strict DEI rules that they all seem to abide by.
Yeah, they need new IPs, new ideas.
Ex-user Heroes Guild Publications tweeted in response to Levi announcing the formation of his own company. Zachary Levi, what are your thoughts on movies, TV shows, constantly regurgitating old material versus taking the risk of something new within the company you are building? Will you be forging ahead into more new material, particularly anything in the sci-fi fantasy direction? He answers, it's one of my biggest gripes with the current state of my industry. When the people in power desperately lack creative vision and the courage to back it up, we fall into what we're seeing now, responded Levi. It's all completely fear-based. They don't actually know what a good project is, and they don't know what audiences want. So they feverishly dig through old IP, intellectual property, hoping that since there used to be an audience for it, at least some of that former audience will come back to watch it. It's insulting to both great creative content, talent, and the public. Okay.
I agree with this 100%, and I'm excited to see what he's gonna come up with. I love this idea. I really, really love it.
I read a comment and I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm going, dance, monkeys, dance. It's not like that. It's not like that. I'm just saying, feel free to speak.
Oh,
But
I know.
I think he's got the right idea, and if done right, it could push Hollywood in a new direction where writers and things will get the opportunity to showcase their skills and with new stories. I mean, how are we going to get new things that become classics if nothing new is ever created?
I agree. I mean, these days they keep remaking stuff over and over again until it starts feeling like a mockery of the original, and
it reminds me how they damn near won't give another writer a chance other than, like, say, Stephen King. Now, yeah, there's a handful of them, but for the most part, it's Stephen King, and he's probably waiting for the next phone call or knock on his door, ready to be like this. Be like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much your mind can come up with before you go, that's it, I'm done.
Got some monkeys in his basement, whipping them, making them type.
I think he's got a bunch of ghostwriters down there doing it now. I think he's about too old for it.
I very well believe his writing is ghostwriting now. Hey, shut that fucking thing up. Anyway.
Yeah.
Where was I? Okay. Phoenix has something to say?
Yeah, and then they didn't even let new writers put their work out. Like, I wonder what ever happened to Clive Barker. I haven't heard anything from him in a long time.
Well, yeah, Clive Barker, even though he's a flaming queer, was one of my all-time favorite authors. What happened to him is he stroked out. I mean, he's still alive that I know of, but it probably left him in such shape that is not a lot of hope. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Well, Clive Barker, his writing was masterful. I mean, it was like all the rest of the writers were dreaming while he was creating the dream.
Yeah. Clive Barker wrote so poetically. I aimed to write that way myself, and you know, I don't write as good as he writes, and I wrote some decent stuff. But anyway, so on past that.
But
So-
I do think that this is going to be a good thing that's coming that he's doing.
Well, I
here.
hope there's more pushes, and then maybe they can join forces of other people do the same. Here he says, well, kudos for trying, but in particular, Wildwood Studios is only Wildwood Productions at present. I am in the process of finalizing the investment deck and will be going out for a raise very soon. It's been calling and a dream of mine for 25 years, though, a vision God put on. It says more, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah. Well, I wish him luck with it. I'm curious to see what they come up with. I really am, because it can only be good things.
I think so too. And everything else that the other companies have been putting out has been absolute crap. Especially with all this DEI crap they've been putting in it and putting it so heavy. It's unwatchable these days. I want to
Okay,
see new stuff.
Yeah, we all want to see new stuff. You find everything that comes out has the same directors, the same writers, or it's rebooted intellectual properties, and it's just, as it was said there, regurgitated crap.
Yeah.
Now, moving on. Watch this. Remember that boxer from the Olympics?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Algerian boxer Imane Khalif, who won Olympic gold in a women's boxing division in Paris this year, has been confirmed to be male based on a damning new medical report obtained by French journalist Dafarai Daoudia. The report includes MRI results which reveal that Khalif has internal testicles and a micropenis, a chromosome test which proved XY male karyotype, and a hormone test which showed testosterone levels in the normal male range. Drafted by expert endocrinologists Sumaya Fadala and Jacques Young in June of 2023, the thorough clinical report reveals that Khalif is affected by 5-alpha reductase deficiency, a disorder of sexual development which is only found in biological men. This genetic anomaly affects normal development of male sex organs, leading many to be incorrectly classified as female at birth. 5-alpha reductase deficiency often becomes apparent at puberty when these young men begin to experience signs of masculinization, such as muscle growth, hair growth, and an absence of breast tissue development or menstruation. Despite being disqualified from women's boxing by the International Boxing Association in March of 2023 for what Khalif's coach called a problem with chromosomes, the International Olympic Committee allowed him to compete in the women's division in Paris. During a press conference in August, the IBA repeatedly confirmed that Khalif had failed multiple chromosome tests, but that the Algerian Olympic Committee barred those results from being released. Marcy Smith, co-founder of ICONS, the Independent Council on Women's Sports, stated, quote, "The IOC and Algerian Olympic Committee are complicit in endorsing male violence against women under the guise of public entertainment on the world's largest sports stage. They stood by as women were subjected to physical assault for spectacle, stripped of safety, fairness, and their lifetime achievements. This must never be allowed to happen again." In collaboration with ICONS, Redux was the first to break the news of Khalif's participation in women's boxing and
Well, it makes
What'd
sense.
I say? What'd I say? I told you she was a man. I told you that was a man.
I kind of thought so. I mean, I kind of thought they were both. I thought they were both, to be honest, and kind of were. Oh, Noise, you're mute.
Okay. Hey. Okay, I was muted. Somebody had pointed out from a video clip when the boxing match was happening that they thought they seen something, you know, in the shorts moving, right? They pointed that out, right? And so you know, I seen, I was like, I guess I could kind of see it. But then they're like, she's really a woman and it's been proven, and now this news comes out. Yeah, something was there. And
Yeah.
then when she hit that woman, when he hit that woman boxer was like, I give up. She said, that's the hardest I've ever been hit. He damn near broke her jaw.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm like, fucking mental gymnastics. She.
Oh, but what I say? I said that was a man.
You're right.
I said it.
You're right.
I said that was a man.
It's like that. You think that? Of course they knew. They had to know, but they were lying the whole time.
I thought they were against men beating on women.
I thought so too, but evidently not.
Now that they're okay with it, well,
Oh no.
It's like that South Park episode where that man put on a female sports bra and joined the female sports. I can't remember what that episode was, but it has the same energy.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
If
has
the
little dick
world-
energy.
If the world could not see that was a man, I don't know what to do for humanity anymore. I don't think there's any hope for humanity anymore. The world couldn't tell that was a man.
Well, you know how it is. Nobody can tell the difference. Nobody.
But you want to know something? There's women, natural born women, that could whoop the hell out of that damn boxer.
I bet so.
I know so. Yeah.
I might not be one, but I know there's some really tough women out there.
Yeah. But to go and put this thing in the boxing ring in a women's boxing match, they knew what they were doing. I mean, come on.
They very well knew what they were doing, just like they knew what they were doing with all that show they were putting on during the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that.
Look,
Ew.
a lot of people are like, it's pagan and you shouldn't be showing that. You're free to be into whatever you want to be. I don't care that it was pagan. Now, with that being said, you gotta understand not everybody's pagan. It shouldn't be religion based, period.
Yeah.
Besides that, they actually had a fucking dude there standing by a little girl with his ball sack hanging out.
I know. I seen it. I wish I hadn't seen it, but I seen it.
That is they should call the welfare, you know, they should call the services on.
Child Protective Services.
I hope to God when that happens again, it's not that weird. It's not that good.
You mean
it's
the
not
Olympics?
that. Yeah, I hope they don't do that again. What is wrong with them? What is wrong with people?
The Olympics this year was just a mockery.
Okay. That's French, I take it. I don't read French. But I can tell what that says. Ovaries, uterus, testicles. You know, I can make out what that
Basically,
says.
it's saying no ovaries, no uterus, has testicles or something to that derivative.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So they're not even both. They're
That's
just a complete man.
Woo! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
Oh! Why do you show me
How did they ever say that was
How?
a woman?
Why do you show me these things?
How did they ever say that was a woman?
How?
He's got
No
a little
way.
pee-pee and everything else.
No way. There's no way they could have known. There's no way.
The thing is the mainstream media was trying to force people to believe that was a woman.
If I seen that walking down the street, I would have known that was a man.
No, I don't know if these.
pee-pee.
To be fair, I don't know if these pictures are legitimate, but with the way things go, they probably are.
But they got a pee-pee and no boobs. I mean,
And a big old Adam's apple. Look at the Adam's apple.
God. Oh Lord, why do you show me these things? Oh, my eyes. I need eye bleach. I need it. I need eye bleach. That's just it. That's all. I need eye bleach. Oh Lord. Oh God.
They were trying to force us all to believe and say that that's a woman.
It's crazy.
Oh Lord.
On the same topic, let's go on to the next freak show.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
Apparently,
but
okay. This Caitlyn Jenner, what their name used to be?
That used to be Bruce Jenner.
Okay, and he was what in the 70s? He was a track star, and
yeah, he was 70s, early 80s,
okay,
somewhere around in
I'm
there.
not real familiar with his story.
Me
but
either.
I do know that he just up and transformed like. So apparently they were, this implied here, they were thinking about putting him in an advisory position of power.
What?
Like in government. Okay, with that being in mind, watch and listen.
Technology got me one time. My little daughters, who were like 10, right around in there. Okay, I guess one daughter was stealing the other daughter's clothes. Okay, so she set her computer up in the room, and she put on that like security device that if anybody walked in, it would videotape them. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so everybody's gone. I got like 3 or 4 hours. Let's try on a few things here, and I come, and all of a sudden the kids come home, and I hear this big commotion going. Technology got me one time. My little daughters, who were like 10, right.
Did you catch all that?
I think so, but did I hear them correctly say they got caught trying on their daughter's underwear and shit like that?
Whoa,
Yeah,
what?
Something.
His daughter's clothes. He got caught trying on his daughter's clothes.
He's a grown.
Yeah, he was an athlete and probably a large man, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering how he didn't shred those clothes.
Spandex only goes so far.
Think about it. His daughter gets emotional alert. Oh, somebody's in my room. Brings up the camera, sees it swinging balls, slipping on her panties. Imagine it.
Oh my God.
Okay. If I seen my dad in my room trying on my clothes, I would be scarred for life. I would be disgusted. I would be almost puking. I would not sleep for nights. I could not deal with that. I could not deal with that. I'm sorry.
You know what's messed up about these trans people? They're like, oh, I'm all woman and I'm feminine, but the moment somebody makes them mad, it's deep voice. And I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah. That's very, very true.
But
I mean, oh my God.
He's a grown man. How did he put the little girl clothes on? I don't understand. How's that possible? Was the clothes like the TARDIS? I'm trying to figure this out.
I bet his daughter straight burnt all their clothes after that.
I don't blame her. I would too. I mean, good Lord.
I am disturbed.
Now imagine if they didn't have the camera, right? They didn't have the camera. Daughters come home, daughter acting funny. What's wrong, daughter? well, my panties smell like ball sack, and I don't know why.
Oh God, no.
Daughter's like, set me up a doctor's appointment. I think I have an infection.
Oh my God.
Oh no. I gotta be by my minute.
But there is so much wrong with that. There is so much wrong with that. I think I'm broken. I think this broke me.
But yeah, I mean, ew.
Phoenix, what are your thoughts on this? Oh,
I
dear
don't have
God.
any thoughts on it.
They need to put all them people on the island somewhere by themselves, away from normal people.
And these weren't teenage girls either. He said they were 10 and 11.
What?
Who?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Ew, ew,
10
ew.
or 11?
10 and 11. They're sisters.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my God.
No. That.
Why is he not in jail?
I
Or
don't
she
know.
or it or whatever you want to call it.
I think is an it.
Oh, look, this commenter here says, Mr. Jenner is a degenerate pervert, a vile man who used to try on his 11-year-old daughter's clothes and gifted her an underwear set with him and woman face printed on. So, him dressed up like a woman was printed all over her
Oh my God.
its daughter's panties.
Oh my no.
Somebody should have called the CPS right then. Somebody should have called CPS for him getting his little girls some underwear with his face on it.
He sounds like something. He sounds like something I cannot say on this stream, but we all know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
and
well,
we know
don't
what
say it. I don't need to be scarred any more than what I am.
But what the hell?
Yeah, okay. This commenter here says a lot of people support this what's his name? Jenner.
Yeah.
They support him because a lot of MAGA people do. MAGA, however you want to say it, because he supports Trump. He probably wants to screw Trump.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, good Lord. But ew.
What
ew.
Yeah.
What
Unless
messed him
I'm just
up?
unless I'm just misremembering, I think somebody anointed him as like the woman, the sexy woman of the year, or some insane bullshit like that.
Oh,
really? That ain't. Oh, there is not enough alcohol in the world to. No. Ain't gonna happen. No.
Yeah. First dude to win a prize for Woman of the Year.
How drunk were you? How drunk were you?
No, you don't understand.
There's a few things I keep hearing directly connected, runs entirely parallel to the whole transformer thing, transitioning, trans. Anyway, it's one, they have this mental condition where they are aroused at the thought of seeing themselves in the opposite sex's clothes. And two, leaders of trans communities get busted left and right. Like you hear about it at least weekly for, for being a PDF file, for, collecting CP,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to dance around words.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I mean, you're right.
So whatever's happening to make these people turn this way is a really twisted thing, because maybe it's not all of them, but a good many are aroused at the thought of cross-dressing, in particular themselves, not others, but themselves.
Yeah.
And secondly, there's an increasingly number of them that look at kids that way too.
Oh my. No.
Well, we do know they were trying to get into the LGBTQ.
He's speaking of the award they gave this Jenner.
I'm not talking about the trans. I'm talking about the PDF file.
Yeah.
If you say a man is better at being a woman than a woman is that sexist?
Do what now?
What?
If a man is better at being a woman than a woman is that sexist?
Yeah, look, their logic
don't know.
goes so full circle that now it's okay to segregate. It's okay to hit a woman. You know,
I'm
their
so
logic goes
confused.
so extremely circular that it all these really bad things become good again. And it's like, whoa, you know, if we could afford, without society falling to pieces, if we could afford to let this go on another 20 years, they would fully flip sides.
I can see that.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That is very, very true.
It's gotten ridiculous at this point. They're eating each other at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next thing here, which, yeah, I just got some random things bookmarked that well, I thought they're entertaining and you know, talk worthy, conversation worthy. See what I got going on here.
Concerts with Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, and 20 million went to their little concerts with Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, John Bon Jovi. Remember him? They even had to cancel a performance by Alanis Morissette because they were running low on cash. Isn't that ironic? And 20.
Yeah, I believe you could hear the people in their studio there laughing. But, isn't that ironic?
So she didn't give a concert because the check didn't clear. So what
Okay,
in
here's
the
the
world
thing.
did
You know
Kamala
how
use?
you know how Kamala it's like, you can't say it that way. It's like, oh fuck, now I'm gonna have to break this down and analyze it. Kamala. Oh, that bitch. Anyway, you know how they're like, oh, all these celebrities and all these musicians support her. This news piece here just goes to show you they're paid endorsements.
Yeah. They're
Okay,
just paid
technically, this is the people they paid to you know, play a show for her. But if they had to pay them to do a show, you can bet the endorsements are paid too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
once
I
more
think so.
in full screen.
20 million went to their little concerts with Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, John Bon Jovi. Remember him? They even had to cancel a performance by Alanis Morissette because they were running low on cash. Isn't that ironic? And 20 million went to their little.
Well, I just noticed there's music playing in the background of that, so YouTube is probably going to be like, you can't play that. You know, fucking YouTube's been on my ass about every little goddamn thing, you know. But anyway, so that little snippet might have to be erased out of the after show of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In truth, I don't think too many people actually liked Harris. Like, I mean, she didn't really get as much love as people thought she did. She just faked it.
I don't think anybody actually liked her. Of course, you got people who's gonna toe the line and they're like, blue, no matter who. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't care who you've blown. But anyway,
I know. Some people just don't listen. They just say whatever color they want to say, like blue, 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 and they don't even listen to the words. They're just
but check
blue
this
no
out.
matter what.
It was blue no matter who, unless it's Bernie.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that is true. Messed up, but
know,
true.
Bernie had some fruitcake ideas, sure. But besides some key differences here and there, he was like the flip side. Well, let's say he was like another shade of Trump, only Trump's more aggressive about things and less liberal thinking clearly. I mean, my main problem with Bernie is the way he would kowtow to the brown and black people, the POCs, you know.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna harp on too much about politics.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm still trying to get the trans images out of my head.
Yeah, that was so messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't keep up with all too many things, so I don't even know who this person is. But what he has to say is interesting.
Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg talking about your moral compass. Did any of you guys ever seen the clip when she defended Roman Polanski? And she literally says what he did wasn't rape. Roman Polanski raped a 13-year-old. And she publicly defended him on the air and said it wasn't rape. It was statutory rape.
She's 13. She was 13.
13.
Yeah.
It's considered not
Kill it,
rape.
your
So,
daughter.
Whoopi, so that's, yeah. Look, man, the Cheneys are your center of your moral compass. The people who are in the business of murdering babies. Like, that's your and listen, the only thing, by the way, I know it's election day and everyone's just all in for their people, and I understand that. But I just hope if you guys keep this in mind, okay? You know how much you hate Whoopi Goldberg, who's praising Liz Cheney right now? Okay, Liz Cheney is Hillary Clinton, is Nikki Haley, is Mike Pompeo, is all of the neocon warhawks. They're exactly the same. And just so you understand, who the neoconservatives are the American vanguard of the Israeli lobby. That's who they are, okay? Now, you may know that or you may not know that, but I promise you, go read some books about it, and I'm right. Fuck all of these wars. America is not threatened by anyone, okay? We have 2 giant oceans around us, a gigantic nuclear arsenal, and the most badass military force in the history of the world. No one poses a threat to us. The idea that anyone can even convince you that Iran poses some threat to the United States of America, the country that doesn't have nuclear weapons or an air force capable of delivering them here if they were to develop them, all these wars are bullshit. Fuck the wars, support peace and free markets and laissez-faire government and prosperity. That's the key to American success. It's why we're the greatest country in the world. And man, listen.
Well,
he spoke some truth. He spoke some strong truth there.
Oh, yes, I agree. And I don't know if I could say it, but I'll say rake instead because I don't know if YouTube would go crazy, but rake is rake. I don't.
Woke?
What? What?
You trying to say woke?
No, rake.
Wake? W-A-K-E?
No, rake.
She's saying
Right.
rake to replace the word I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I still didn't catch that.
Statutory. I'll say it like this.
Oh, okay.
Statutory rape.
Surprise sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that. Okay. It took me
Do
a
a
minute. I'm sorry.
13-year-old, that is insane. And we do need peace. Peace is wonderful. I have to agree with this. I really do.
He's not.
Roman Polanski was, even back in the 60s, I believe he was one of these Hollywood elites.
Yeah.
And he's one of probably 1,000. Hollywood's full of that. And he's just one of the earlier cases that got caught in it. And he ran to another country. They were going to prosecute him. He ran off. But since then, it's like, all's forgiven. You're okay now. What you did wasn't really that, It's like, no. That fucker needs to be strung up by his ball sack.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I have to agree with that too, honestly.
This is a simple illustration of how it always goes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is how and this is how it honestly goes on both sides, actually. This is how people get radicalized. This is how feminists end up going from one thing to another thing. This is how people become Trump supporters. This illustration illustrates not for everybody. It's different for different people, but for a good many people, it's because one side or the other be like, no, you can't think your own thoughts, and shoves you to the other side.
Yeah. Well, I know when Bernie got such a raw deal when he ran for president, that's why most people voted for Trump. I mean, Trump had a big following anyway, but he got more because Hillary would not shut up bad-mouthing people, bad-mouthing Bernie's supporters and stuff, and they just said, well, you know what? Let's burn it all down, and they voted for Trump. Same thing with Kamala.
You know, it was, unless I'm mistaken, it was, you know, Trump and Hillary were friends in the sense they'd go to the same parties. They'd invite each other to each other's houses, right? They would have dinners together. And it was Hillary's doings, unless I'm mistaken. She's like, said to Trump, why don't you run? Thinking essentially it would be a controlled opposition. Going, for one, she was going, there's no way anybody would vote for him. And also going, I set this up. I control this. So I control how I perform and I control how my opposition performs, you know, controlled opposition. It's not different than setting up a shop and then setting up that same shop down the road with higher prices to make people go, I'm not buying this. And then they go down the road and buy the stuff for a regular price you're selling at your regular store.
Yeah. Well, I know that this go around when Trump was running for president, Kamala kept calling his supporters trash and not in the 1942 Germans and all this kind of stuff. And no wonder everybody voted for Trump. And he won, and she couldn't believe it. She didn't even give a speech at the end of the election night.
She was just ugly about it.
This is just a random woman, right?
I am experienced.
But what she says in this video really speaks to the mindset of Trump's opposition now. You know, Harris supporters, the Democrats, which, like I said, things have become radicalized. I mean, I'm old enough to remember in the early 80s how people felt about politics, and they didn't go nuts on each other like this. They just didn't. And if you believe different, it's like, oh, okay, good for you. And you believe this, I believe this, and so be it. But things have become so radicalized. Listen to this woman.
I am experiencing this unfamiliar feeling, and I wondered if anyone else has been feeling this way. So I'm at the dog park, and I feel so mistrustful. Like, I don't know who's on my side and who's on the other side. I mean, I know we're gonna start wearing the blue bracelets, and I think that will help, but like, does anyone else feel that? I just have this fundamental mistrust. Like, I'm just looking at everyone going, are you part of why this happens? Are you a safe person? Like, I can only imagine how the marginalized communities are feeling right now. And I also don't want people to be looking at me thinking, oh, white woman, she definitely voted for him. Like, it's a very unsettling feeling. Is anyone else experiencing that? I am experiencing this.
Wow, people's getting nuts about this. Oh my God.
Okay, but let me tell you the takeaway here. She's wanting people to identify visually. And that is not so different than Germany with the armbands.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So what? The other supporters could beat up the Trump supporters or vice versa? It's going to start a war.
Own hand sign. They need their own hand signs.
Yeah.
I think... Is he wanting to start a civil war? What is going on? Why are they getting so crazy about this?
What if they unified and all the women got like in defiance little black mark under their nose.
Oh my God, no. But it's politics. I mean,
yeah, I've actually encountered a whole bunch of videos almost just like this. And these women, they're freaking out. They're going on video afterwards going, I just cussed somebody out because I found out they were a Trump supporter. And how they can't handle being in the world anymore, and how they're so scared that they might run into one of them. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? It's like, you voted different, you must die. What the hell are they thinking?
That's what they're thinking. But I saw a video where this Harris supporter was screaming at this little girl. I mean, getting in her face, screaming at her.
Yeah, I seen that.
And this was like a little bitty kid, and that somebody else had to.
A little tiny one, probably couldn't talk. I don't quite remember that well, but small enough to be in a stroller, right? And just bent down, screaming in that baby's face.
Yeah,
I would have knocked that woman's head straight the fuck off.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you don't do that. And this woman here.
Of course, I'd be in jail. Prison, probably.
Well, this woman in this video here, I mean, she's at the damn dog park. She's supposed to be out there and enjoying the day and letting her dog get exercise. Oh, nobody thinks about this stuff while they're out at the dog park, you know? These people have lost their damn mind.
Back then, people didn't care who you voted for. They would just like, are you friendly? Are you a decent person? Then let's just hang out. Or if you're a jerk, let's just fight.
You know, I'm old enough. The first president that I can recall is Carter.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I think when I was born, there might have been the one before him. I'm not entirely sure. Who was before Carter?
Oh Lord. I think it was Nixon. I think, but I'm not sure.
Damn it! How old am I? Anyway,
I'm not real sure who was before Carter.
Okay, I remember Carter because I remember when Reagan was sworn in, and people would have light chatter. They would have light talk about politics, but it never got heated. It never caused a big stir. They would just have light talks, and if they differed on opinion, at the best, they might get a little annoyed and then go on. Not even so much as show it on their face.
I remember when politics was an old person's thing.
Yeah, back then, you would get a little chatter, but for the most part, it was the white hairs who would sit around talking about it often. Anybody else, they didn't talk about it unless there was something real big happening. That's the only time they would talk about it.
I remember when the president came on TV, your night was ruined. You wasn't watching anything.
I also remember when the Berlin Wall came down. Wasn't that what that was? Berlin Wall. Yeah. So make sure I had the name right. I remember when that came down. When was that? Was that the 90s or what?
No, that was the 80s.
Well,
Reagan did that.
I believe it or not, I've lived a hell of a life. I've done a lot of things, been through a lot. I've not traveled a lot. I've not done anything extravagant, but I've lived a lot. And it's hard to keep all this right,
I feel like people started getting like this around 2015, 16, around that time.
It started before then. It started way before then.
I mean, of course, it was incremental. But if you had to hit a hard mark, it was clearly 2000 is when the world changed. At 2000, the world just flipped upside down. But by 2005, 2010, it started getting more radical.
Yeah, everybody started to get more radicalized in their viewpoints.
I guess I just started noticing around that time because I was starting to become a teenager during 2016 and around that time.
Now this is interesting. This is somebody speaking. Okay, this is from @JustGayIce, the co-founder of the Lesbian and Gay Alliance in Iceland. But what he says is something noteworthy. Listen to it.
What I see here is grooming. When you have youth centers focused for queer kids aged 10 and 12, where you have priests who have made themselves famous on TikTok and identifying themselves as queer, asking children to self-identify as queer to participate in certain youth activities in the summer when the school is out, that's grooming. There is no other way to say it. It's grooming. What I see here is grooming.
Oh.
He's
You catch
right.
that?
Well, this reminds me of something else. And
Yeah.
I'm sure Noise will understand what I'm talking about. In 1940, a certain German created youth camps for the same purpose, with the exception of it wasn't for the gay community. It wasn't for gay people. It was for the youth
community.
Yeah, it wasn't for that community. It was for the youth of Germany. And what they did is they would tell them, okay, if you want to participate in these activities, you have to swear allegiance to the government. And basically, that's the same thing. They groomed the children for that.
I am glad that people, at least some people, no matter how small the number, I'm glad that some people of that community is taking notice of what's actually happening and speaking out. And you know what I say? All those who are not speaking out is as bad as admitting to it. That's just my hot take.
Yeah, it really is.
People, we need to speak out. Gay, straight, we just need to speak out.
When you're not speaking out, you're enabling.
That's true.
Exactly.
I mean, and the thing about it is you can be gay or bi or whatever, but if you see wrong in your community or any community and you don't say anything, that makes you just as bad as the people doing it almost.
It is
Because
grooming
you're
when
not
you're
saying anything about it.
It is grooming when you're teaching these kids these kind of things before they even hit puberty. They don't even know if they're straight during those times. I mean, they're not even old enough to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They're teaching these kids early on to be gay, and it's like, no, let them decide when they're old enough.
This I'm just gonna cover real quick. Like, this person offed himself, his wife, and his 2 kids over Trump winning.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Why?
So these are deceased people in these pictures.
Oh my God.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Oh.
So I take it this post here is implying these were his words. My mental health in the world can no longer peacefully coexist, and a lot of the reason is religion. Huh? He said in July. Now, I'd need more context how he's connecting this in religion, but anyway. I am terrified of religious zealots inflicting their misguided beliefs on me. What was he, an atheist? I'm a little confused. And my family, I have intrusive thoughts of being burned at the stake as a witch or crucified. Oh, he was a nutcase.
He was bonkers.
It sounds like
he needed
sounds
to be
schizophrenic.
He needed help. He needed to be watched in a mental hospital. I mean, that's awful.
Okay. Now, I don't want to dwell on such news as this, so like I said, cover it real quick and get past it.
Okay.
Let's watch
Ooh.
the new trailer. One of the new trailers for Captain America: Brave New World. In which case, I did read some news on it. They already have trailers out for this, right? I don't know how far out this is from coming out, but I did read they fired the director and brought in another director and had some reshoots. Now the rumor is that the test screenings on it were so bad that they switched up directors almost, after the fact, and then did reshoots. So it must have been a horrifically bad movie.
Since when were they red?
You want me? Come and get me!
Since when were they red?
You want me? Come and get me!
Okay.
I don't know why the clip kept repeating itself, but anyway, yeah, whether it be regular Captain America or Blackton America, he would be just crushed against a Hulk.
Yeah.
Why
silly.
does Captain America have wings?
That's
That's
because
so-
they're trying to push blackness, and they took the Falcon character and turned them into Blackton America.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a question. Why do they have the Red Hulk in a movie without any other gamma-based beings? Because his power is absorbing gamma radiation, isn't it?
Well, they do have, but they haven't been pushing the other ones. They're going to have the leader and the regular Hulk
You said the
somewhere in it.
leader?
I bet the Hulk will only have like a cameo, but there's also going to be the leader. Now, why they didn't just make a Hulk movie? It's fucking stupid, is what it is.
They have years of unused material from the comics they could go with, like Mr. Fix-It, Planet Hulk.
Leave it to Disney Marvel to fuck things up.
They could even use the Red Hulk storyline to do that.
I don't know. I'm just tired of all the Disney Marvel movies because everything they put out is boring and maybe it could be good. I mean, I hope it surprises me, but I didn't like that trailer. I am not impressed. I am not impressed.
I wish they could just keep Captain America the way he's supposed to be. Why they got to change him so much?
Yeah, and
I
they
mean-
also pussified the Hulk, as they went on.
Oh, yeah, I remember
that is
that.
true.
Made Thor fat. They're trying to take out masculinity. They're trying to eliminate masculinity and, spread it to the youth, of course.
Oh, but you know what I would like to see? The I forgot the name of it exactly, but it's Zombie Hulk.
The Immortal Hulk.
Oh, I heard of that.
Zombie?
Are you talking
Yeah.
about the Immortal Hulk or the Zombie Universe?
Immortal Hulk.
Oh, the Immortal Hulk. Yeah, that was a extremely good comic arc.
Yeah, I'd
They
love to
did a
see
lot of
movie
bad
that.
things to the Hulk character, to the IP of it all. But the Immortal Hulk arc was the best the best I've ever seen them do. That was a very good arc.
Yeah.
Well, but I would like to see a movie of that. I think
I
it'd
like-
be really good.
It had a horror leaning to it. It wasn't straight horror, but it had a horror leaning to it, and that's one of the things that made it great.
Yeah, they definitely tried to go back to the roots of the Hulk, but do it in a new way.
Yeah, and from that, they spawned a whole mythos about the Hulk gets his power from the one below all, which is a godlike deity, like supposedly one of the biggest powers in Marvel Universe. So if you keep following it, which I've loosely followed it, it plays on into, you know, that mythos. It creates a whole thing around it.
Oh, that would be good. But do you think Marvel would honestly do that?
No, Marvel would screw it up. They screw up everything.
Well,
Yeah.
it's too bad that an independent company couldn't take that story arc.
They would have to
and
have the rights
create
to the IP,
Yeah,
the
I know.
intellectual property. You know, I keep saying IP, and you know that's the way people say it, right? But it's like IP. You know what? That's like going. That's like going bend over and spell run.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But they have, one thing I don't get about Marvel is, are they so politically driven that they fail to realize that the Marvel universe has a million different story arcs that are really, really good and is already written for them and everything? All they got to do is put it on the screen.
Well, they hire people that well, basically, first of all, everybody in any creation industry is now, yes, they're fully politically driven, and they got the brain rot, they got the mind virus, and you know, and then they go hire these people to do this stuff, to write the screenplay and to direct it, who have no interest in comics, no interest in the story, and they're like, oh, how do I put my touch on it, and what's going to appeal to today's audience? And it just gets screwed to hell and back. It gets screwed more than Alyssa Murky cunt.
You know, I think, it was evident with the Deadpool Wolverine movie that did really well. And
yeah, I'm wondering how he had them by the balls so much so they let him do that movie as well as he did it.
yeah, that's a good question. I'd like to know the answer to that myself.
They're probably desperate for money, so they need a quick cash grab kind of thing. So made one good movie.
I bet so.
Another thing is they should take a learning. The Deadpool Wolverine movie should have been a eye-opening experience for them with how well it did.
Okay.
You know they're not gonna learn.
We only have a few minutes left if we're not going to go too much over 2 hours. So I'm going to switch it to a comedy skit here done by the Babylon Bee, which they're right-leaning political, but they do put out some stuff I agree with, and that is funny. So check this out. Let me get it set up here.
Thank you all for meeting with me. You're all doing some wonderful work destroying the world. But I think it's probably time for us to reevaluate.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption, but I think we're in the wrong meeting. We're not here to destroy the world. We're here to save it. You see, we are some of the leading leaders of liberal causes, and I'm with the Human Rights Campaign, who focus on LGBTQ+ and trans rights. You see, I have the equal sign to let you know that I'm a good person.
Oh, excuse me, women's reproductive rights.
Climate.
Free Palestine. Open borders. I misspoke before. You guys are not destroying the world, okay? You are saving the world.
Whoa, what's up with those scare quotes?
Pretty sure I didn't use scare quotes when I said saving the world. The important thing to keep in mind is that there's a big election coming up, and you and I, we're all on the same page, okay? So if we want Biden to win, he needs to win in order for us to save the world. If we want Biden to win, you folks, how can I say this? You might need to tone it down. Just
tone down what?
Oh, that's a good question. You're women's reproductive rights, right? Okay. Excellent branding, by the way. It's much easier on the ears than baby murder. So kudos to you on that one. Posing any restrictions all the way through to the 9th month. I mean, you see how you're kind of tipping your hand, right? Makes people think, Wait, maybe they actually want to kill babies, and we do, obviously.
No, we don't.
Oh,
No, we don't.
we right. We don't. But you see how it can kind of look that way. So that's all I'm saying. Let's tone it down. And immigration. Clearly, we don't want a completely open border that undermines any sense of national sovereignty, driving down wages for the working class and overtaxing the welfare state. So let's go a bit easy there too. I mean, why not something like this? Why not something like diversity is
Are you trying to say diversity is our strength?
Yes. How do you say that without laughing? Oh my gosh. I can't even get through it. This is head and moi. My sides. My goodness. Okay, what about you? Pro-Palestine. You are, I'm going to say this. You're kind of coming across like you just want to wipe Israel off the map and kill all the Jews.
We do want to wipe Israel off the map and kill all the Jews.
Of course, yes. And that's awesome. I'm all for that. I love that. But you need to pretend like you don't want to wipe Israel off the map and kill all the Jews.
Why?
Excuse me?
I mean, we're pretty clear in our position, and most young people and everyone on college campuses, and half the Democratic Party, of course, still support us.
Yeah, it's cool now.
You may have a point there. You might be the only person in here that can be as evil as you want to be and get away with it. All right, still, let's think about tactics. Okay, do you think that occupying bridges and blocking traffic is somehow winning people over to your cause?
Yeah, and making people hate us by blocking traffic is our thing. He's stealing our thing.
You're not stealing your thing. You must die. We will kill you all.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, okay, I love the homicidal thing that you got going on there. I really dig it, okay? But maybe market it just a little bit differently. Like the serial killer that everyone thinks is such a sweet guy, He's got 27 bodies in the basement, but he's like, coaching Little League. That's what I want. Be that guy.
Death to America.
The funny thing is, you don't even look Middle Eastern. Am I wrong, people? Am I wrong?
I'm not. I actually grew up on Long Island, but my parents sent me to college. Death to America.
HRC guy, you have been going over the top as well.
Well, it's important for us, they, them, to be accepted just like everyone else.
Yes, of course. And convincing people that they're intolerant for not wanting men to get naked in women's locker rooms. I guess that's genius. I mean, come on, it's next level stuff. All right, but insisting that your children be mutilated. I mean, come on, let's turn people off, you guys. I mean, not everyone, obviously, but until the election, can we just all pretend for a few months not to be crazed, lunatic, homicidal extremists?
No, it's my body, Donald J. Trump.
You will obey me. Sorry. Glad we're all on the same page, though. So how do you do it? When I do evil stuff, it seems like nobody likes me. When you do it, everyone finds you sympathetic.
Well, see, my people are oppressed victims. So we can rape, murder, and call for genocide, and it's pretty much totally justified.
Well done, Ahmed. Well done.
Hey, you. Are you enjoying?
So
That's bad when
like
the
that
devil's got to tell you to tone it down.
That was a good one.
I bet that's how those meetings go.
Yep. That is very, very true.
So, they're on to something. I mean, when you do the math, when you break down the details, what they're doing is evil. You got a lot of people going, I don't believe in evil. There's just things that happen, and there's coincidence, and nobody's really a bad soul. Nobody's really out to hurt anybody. I'm like, how many people have you met? Because I've had a lot of people in my life that were, fuck yeah, they were out to hurt you. They would tell you. They would get great satisfaction out of hurting you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been fortunate enough not to encounter that, good. I'm glad for you. I wish that was true for everybody. But people do have ill intent. People are out to hurt you. And if you're fortunate not to have ran into that, good, but it most definitely exists.
It is sad and true, and people, please be careful out there. Please be careful.
Oh, Phoenix, I can tell what your little picture is now. It is a stump with mushrooms.
Oh, I see.
At first, I thought it was two squirrels fucking each other.
What kind of messed up stuff are you into,
Hey.
man? What kind of messed up stuff are you into?
R.I.P. R.I.P. Peanut. You know that's probably why Trump won.
Because of Peanut.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, I bet that was the straw that broke that camel's back for, if nothing else, 1% of voters. I mean, you know, that could have turned the tide. I mean, yeah, he won by more than 1%, which brings me to another topic. Have you seen that map of how many people actually voted red and how many people actually voted blue?
Yeah.
And
Oh, I've
it's
seen that.
lit up 98% red.
Yeah.
Why the hell is it 200 and something to 200 and something? Shouldn't it be 200 and, I don't know, 280 to 60? I mean, the color ratio does not add up to the number ratio.
No, the math don't add up.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
He should have won. He should have them numbers.
You know, when each side go, they cheated. You dumb motherfucker. It's a game of cheating. The whole system is rigged for cheaters. It's, you know who wins? It's whoever cheats the hardest.
Yeah. That is true.
Okay. And if you don't believe that, if you're like, no, it's not like that, you need to get to studying. You need to get to talking to people who's been there, you know, taking the votes, the people who set the laws, how the laws are actually written, and how often the laws are ignored. It's a game of who can cheat the best.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, I think we will conclude this episode of Insanity.
Bye,
Okay.
people.
Bye,
everybody.
everyone. Until next time, we are out.
No feelings can fuck off, you non-binary bitch. Telling everyone we're wrong while you sexualize kids. Keep your pronouns in your pants, this ain't the time or place. Unless you think you can dance, I'll punch that confused face. My pronoun is pill.